Hey guys, I'm the 50s Kid. Now, Audew has been nice enough to send me one of these multifunction jump starters to review on my channel, and I thought that would be kind of cool. Now, I know what you're thinking, Jason, you already have one of these function jump starter pack thingies from another company. And you're right. And the thing is, I thought this would be like a really nice product to give away to one of you guys, one of my faithful subscribers. So if you're interested in winning this thing, please stick around to the end of the video for further instructions. But let's just get into it. Let's review this product. First things first, I want to point out one of the observations I made is that not only is this made in China, but it's kind of really obvious that it was made in China by a Chinese company because the English on the packaging is not very good. So, that's something I think is important to be aware of. Almost everything is made in China these days, but a lot of things are designed in the US and just manufactured in China. But they're built, or they are made by an American company or something like that, where you can get service, you can get customer service from that American company if something goes wrong. There is an actual company here in the US or in most countries, maybe in Europe as well, that has a phone number, that has a customer service department that you can call if you have any problems with your products. That's not going to be the case with this particular company. You're dealing with an Amazon seller. You're buying direct from just an Amazon store. So that is something you need to keep in mind when you're buying a product like this. That's one of the reasons why this thing is so inexpensive. But that being said, I do think that it is a fairly nice product. It's got a nice case. It's got a nice hard case, which I really particularly like. The other jump starter I reviewed just has a little cloth bag or nylon bag or whatever, which is kind of chintzy, This has a nice little hard case. It's got like hard plastic inside. So, you're gonna throw this thing in your trunk and it's gonna bounce around and stuff. So it's gonna protect the jump pack inside, which is really, really nice, I think. Your user manual will store inside without getting all torn up, and the jump pack is gonna store under here, underneath this little strap down here, which is kind of nice. That's the pack itself. It's actually pretty small, pretty light. I just got done testing this thing on my car, and I will tell you what I did was I unplugged my battery, and then I plugged this thing into my battery cables. So I used it to entirely power the car. I didn't use it on a battery that was only slightly dead to where that battery could still give off a little bit of juice and maybe the jump pack can kind of fill in and do the rest. No, I used this thing in like full power mode. I stressed it out, and it was able to do, from a full charge, it was able to start my car 34 times before it finally gave up the ghost, which is actually pretty impressive. I was actually kind of impressed with this little tiny thing because it's not a very large battery. I believe it's a 13,800 milliamp hour battery, which is not dang bad, It's got the flashlight in it. It's got the USB charger so you can charge up your phone with it, all that kind of stuff. You don't need to know how that stuff works. You guys get how that stuff works. I will say that towards the very end, once it got above like 22 or 23 jump starts, it started to heat up, and it actually stayed hot. It's still a little warm now, and it's been about 20 minutes since the test. So it doesn't dissipate heat all that well, so you just kind of have to watch that. But who the hell is ever going to start their car 20 times in a row unless you're really, really stubborn and something's going wrong and you think your car is just about to start and you keep cranking it and cranking it and cranking it. I do want to point out that those starts or the cranks that I did were totally normal. It was just crank, crank, start. I didn't have any kind of extended start conditions. It's not particularly cold outside. It's just very normal outside here today. Now, to get the cables out, it is kind of annoying. You have to pull everything out of this little pouch just to get these cables out because they're kind of bulky. But no big deal. This big thing is going to plug in to the side of the pack. Right here, it'll only go in one way, which is kind of nice. The leads aren't very long, which I don't like. I wish they would give longer leads. Sometimes just, just 2 inches long would be so nice. The clips are kind of chintzy feeling. They're, cheap plastic here, and it's just little copper leads in here, but it's not like plastic molded over metal. It is entirely made of plastic, and if you can see in here, just the little lead portion right here is made out of copper, and that's directly connected to the wire. So if these break, if this joint breaks, you're done. These are done. You need a new one. I doubt they would sell parts. Now, the way this is going to work is you'll just need to make sure that it's on, that you see one of the lights right here. And if your battery is totally discharged, well, let's say if your battery is not completely discharged, you're going to connect these leads to the battery, and it's going to detect that that there is a battery there. It's going to say correct. A little green light is going to light up. If you have it reversed, a little red light is going to light up, which is kind of nice. It helps you out there. If the green light's lit, you can go ahead and start the car. Now, if your battery is totally dead, there's no voltage there at all, what you're going to need to do is push this little boost button, and that's going to send it into override mode. It's going to send full power to the leads. And that's what I had to do when I had this connected up, when it was disconnected from my battery. I had these leads connected right to my battery terminals, and the negative terminal was off of the car, or off of the battery, just hanging up in the air, and I had this connected to it. So I had to push boost every time I wanted to test it out. And the boost mode times out after about 30 seconds. So I was able to start the car maybe 3 times, then I have to get out, go into the back, push the boost button again. One thing that's kind of annoying is you can't really push that with your finger. So I had to push it like that with my key every time. And I don't know if there's a way to cancel that, so I'll just unplug this like that. So that's it. That is my review of this boost pack. I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It works. It's got the accessory cables for plugging in, cigarette lighter adapter, car charger adapter. It's got the car charger adapter, so you can charge it from inside the car from your cigarette lighter, your 12-volt adapter. And it actually comes with a power adapter to charge it up, which is kind of cool. And then I guess it's got a USB dongle thing for charging all sorts of iPhones and a regular phone right there. But you cannot charge it with a phone charger, as far as I understand. Like if you want to charge it in the wall, you got to use this thing. Or if you want to charge it in the car, you got to use this thing. But you have options for charging it no matter which way you go. So yeah, 34 starts. That was actually kind of impressive. Keep in mind, I have a sort of a mid-size engine. It's a 3-liter, V6 or inline 6 engine, so probably about mid-size. If you've got a V8, it's going to be a little different. That's going to have a bigger power load. So just keep that in mind. But for the most part, I think it actually did fairly well. So if you are interested in purchasing an Audew multifunction jump starter, there are going to be links in the description, so make sure you check that out. And then again, stick around to the end of the video to figure out how you can win this one. So before we get to how you win the jump starter, I need to tell you a quick story about why this 1991 Toyota 4Runner is here in my garage instead of the Black Savage. I should be painting the Black Savage right now, but this thing showed up, and as you can see, it doesn't have a cylinder head right now. Let me explain. My best friend, his name is Mark. I've known him for about 15 years. We're family now at this point, right? He had 2 daughters when I first met him, 4 and 5. They're like 21 years old now. So I've watched them grow up. They've known me almost their whole lives. At this point, I'm sort of like the big brother they never had, right? So when one of their cars blows a cylinder head, I got to fix it. It's just part of being a good big brother, right? Now, that's the reason why I did that rebuild on that Kia a couple months ago. That was Megan's car. She's the younger of the 21-year-olds. This is Danielle's car. She's the older of the 21-year-olds. So, if I do the one rebuild for one girl, I got to do the other rebuild for the other girl. Anyway, this just showed up. It overheated on the freeway. They pulled off. They got it towed here. Blown head gasket, yada, yada, yada. I'm not doing a detailed series on this because I know you guys aren't really that interested in non-BMW stuff. It's just kind of how my channel has broken down. You know, it's just, I get it, I understand. You don't even want to see stuff on minis. I get it. So I'm not doing a big detailed thing on this, but this is what's going on. This is, you know, I'm doing this week. A new cylinder head for it did show up, so I'm going to be throwing it on. This is Wednesday when I'm recording this video, the day that you're going to be seeing the video. So I'll be working on this for, you know, probably tomorrow, maybe a little bit on Friday, but that's not going to leave me much time to get the Black Savage back here and then film all the stuff on the painting of it. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll do another BMW video on my BMW in between that. And that way it'll give me a little bit more time to sort of work on the Black Savage next week and just sort of make that video in, you know, the best way possible, because I don't like to hurry on these videos and stuff like that. So hope you guys understand. Well, thanks for sticking it out till the end of the video. Now, as far as how you're going to win the Audew jump starter, number one, you got to subscribe, of course. You got to subscribe and you got to click on the little bell icon so that you get notifications when I release new videos, because I'm going to release a final video where I announce who the winner of this thing is, and you're going to want to see that. So make sure that you subscribe, because I'm going to be checking to make sure that the winner is a subscriber. Number two, I want you to leave a comment on this video, and we're going to say that the best comment wins. Now, it can be any kind of comment you want. It can be funny, it can be heartfelt, it can be whatever. Just tell me why you think you should win this thing, and the best comments, I'm gonna pick out the best comments, put them into a list, and then I'm gonna just pick one of them at random. You know, if there are 30 comments, I'm going to roll a random number, and if it's like 22, then comment number 22, whoever that person was, you're gonna win this thing. Number three, my only condition is that you have to be in a country where, you know, like I can ship something to you, or I can ship something to you, and I can ship something to you like reasonably. Like if it's going to cost $70 to ship something to some country I've never heard of, sorry, you know, I can't. That's not the kind of thing I have in mind here. Let's just, you know, I have to be able to send this thing to you, okay? And then number four, I would say make sure that I can send you a direct message on YouTube. Do whatever you got to do with your settings. Make sure that I can communicate to you. Because if I can't get in touch with you, then, you know, I can't give this thing to you. So make sure that you look out for the winning video, and I will attempt to contact you once you do win. And if I can't, I'll make every reasonable effort I can. But if I can't get in touch with you after a little while, I'm going to have to pick somebody else. That's just kind of how these contests on YouTube work, at least from my observation. So hopefully that all makes sense. Hopefully the way I'm doing this contest kind of makes sense to you. And good luck. Oh, and I do want to say that we're gonna leave this go for, let's say, about 2 weeks. I kind of want, maybe I'll do like I'll pick the winner right around Christmas. Maybe I'll pick the winner on Christmas. So keep an eye out for that video. And anyway, I want to thank you guys all for watching the channel all this time, and it's thanks to your support that I'm able to do things like this. So hopefully this is really cool and you like it. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm the 50s Kid. Thanks a lot for watching.